The world of WWE is known for its intense drama and action inside the ring, but some wrestlers have been involved in real-life tragedies outside of it. A few have even been responsible for taking lives, shocking fans, and tarnishing their legacies. What drove these individuals to such extremes, and how did their actions impact the wrestling community? This is the story of WWE wrestlers who killed people.
I'd have to say within the pro wrestling industry, WrestleMania would be equivalent to the FA Cup.
Chris was a wrestling icon, admired for his intensity and technical skill. His career spanned 2 decades, earning him multiple championships and a devoted fan base. But in June 2007, the unthinkable happened. Over a horrifying 3-day period, Chris took the lives of his wife Nancy and their 7-year-old son Daniel. The wrestling world was left in shock, struggling to reconcile the man they thought they knew with these heinous acts. What could drive a seemingly loving father to such extremes? Theories abound, from brain damage due to repeated concussions to steroid abuse. But the truth may never be fully known. In the end, Chris chose to end his own life, leaving behind a legacy forever tarnished. This tragic tale serves as a stark reminder that even our heroes can harbor dark secrets, and that we must always be vigilant for signs of trouble in those around us.
A lot of people were, they were scared, and I don't blame them,
Jimmy Superfly Snuka soared into wrestling stardom with his high-flying moves and charismatic presence. His leap from the top of a steel cage became legendary, inspiring countless wrestlers who followed. But behind the glitz and glamour, a dark cloud loomed. In 1983, Snuka's girlfriend, Nancy Argentino, was found unresponsive in their hotel room. She died from head injuries, and suspicion fell on Snuka. For decades, the case remained cold, a whispered controversy in wrestling circles. Then, in 2015, the past caught up with the aging superstar. Snuka was charged with third-degree murder, but fate had other plans. As his health rapidly declined, the charges were dropped. Snuka passed away in 2017, taking the truth of that fateful night to his grave. His legacy remains a complex tapestry of in-ring brilliance and troubling questions.
Selection than becoming a professional wrestler.
Verne Gagne, a wrestling legend and 10-time AWA World Heavyweight Champion, shaped the careers of countless stars. His influence extended beyond the ring as he founded the American Wrestling Association, revolutionizing the industry. But in 2009, tragedy struck. The 82-year-old Gagne, suffering from Alzheimer's, was involved in a shocking incident at a memory care facility. He threw 97-year-old Helmut Gutmann to the ground, causing injuries that led to Gutmann's death weeks later. No charges were filed due to Gagne's deteriorating mental state. This heartbreaking event cast a shadow over his illustrious career, highlighting the devastating effects of dementia. Despite this tragic end, Gagne's contributions to wrestling remain undeniable. His legacy lives on through the countless lives he touched in the sport he loved. Brian Michael McGee, once known as the future in WWE's developmental system, saw his promising career turn into a nightmare. On a fateful night in July 2013, McGee's life took a dark turn that would shock the wrestling world. In a brutal act of violence, McGee stabbed his ex-girlfriend, Bianca McGee, multiple times outside her apartment. The attack was so vicious that his first knife broke during the assault. What followed was a chilling series of events. McGee posted bloody images on social media and made disturbing admissions on Facebook. A high-speed chase ensued before his eventual capture. Facing the death penalty, McGee accepted a plea deal. Now serving life without parole, His story serves as a stark reminder of how quickly a promising future can unravel into tragedy. The Great Khali, towering at over 7 feet tall, was a larger-than-life figure in WWE. But before his rise to fame, a tragic incident nearly derailed his career. In 2001, during a training session at All Pro Wrestling's boot camp, disaster struck. Khali and trainee Brian were practicing a flapjack move when something went terribly wrong. Brian, who had suffered a concussion weeks earlier, landed awkwardly and died from head trauma. Though Khali was cleared of wrongdoing, the incident haunted him. Despite this early setback, he persevered, eventually becoming the first Indian WWE World Heavyweight Champion. Khali's journey from tragedy to triumph showcases the unpredictable nature of professional wrestling, where the line between spectacle and danger is often razor thin.
I feel it's a very low blow. He can say anything he wants to.
Billy Jack Haynes, once a formidable force in the wrestling ring, now faces his toughest battle outside of it. In a shocking turn of events in February 2024, the 70-year-old former wrestler was arrested following a tense 2-hour standoff with police in Portland, Oregon. The charges? Second-degree murder and unlawful use of a weapon, stemming from the death of his 85-year-old wife, Jeanette Beecraft. The wrestling community was left reeling from the news. Haynes, known for his impressive physique and intense matches in the 1980s, had long been a controversial figure. He'd made outlandish claims about witnessing other murders, but now finds himself at the center of a real-life tragedy. As he awaits trial, fans are left wondering, what led to this devastating fall from grace? Jose Gonzalez, better known as Invader the Ferned, was a Puerto Rican wrestler, but his legacy is forever tarnished by a tragic incident in 1988 that shook the wrestling world to its core. During a tour in Puerto Rico, Gonzalez became involved in a heated locker room confrontation with the legendary bruiser Brody. What started as an argument escalated rapidly, ending with Gonzalez stabbing Brody multiple times. Brody died from his wounds, leaving the wrestling community in shock. In a controversial trial, Gonzalez claimed self-defense and was acquitted of all charges. The incident remains one of wrestling's darkest moments, shrouded in mystery and conflicting accounts. Gonzalez continued his career, but the shadow of that fateful night in Puerto Rico would follow him forever, raising questions about justice in the world of professional wrestling.
Twice in the last 20 years I've hit people and they died in the ring.
Ox Baker, with his intimidating 6 feet 5 inches frame and signature handlebar mustache, struck fear into opponents and fans alike. His catchphrase, "I love to hurt people," wasn't just for show. Baker's devastating heart punch became infamous in the wrestling world. In a cruel twist of fate, Baker's signature move led to tragedy. In 1971, his heart punch allegedly caused the death of Alberto Torres. Just 3 years later, another opponent, Rey Gagne, died after a match with Baker. Though both deaths were later attributed to heart conditions, the incidents cemented Baker's reputation as one of wrestling's most feared competitors. Despite the controversy, Baker continued his career, even branching into acting with a role in Escape from New York. Baker's legacy remains a complex mix of in-ring dominance and unfortunate circumstances, embodying the fine line between spectacle and danger in professional wrestling.
What's that, sir?
I want to get this right off my chest right away. I'm surprised. I actually thought that you were going to be taller than me.
Rey Mysterio, the high-flying masked marvel, has thrilled fans worldwide with his acrobatic style. But on March 20th, 2015, a tragic accident cast a shadow over his illustrious career. During a match in Tijuana, Mexico, Mysterio's dropkick to opponent Pero Aguayo Jr. went horribly wrong. Aguayo collapsed on the ropes, suffering a fatal cervical spine trauma. The wrestling world was stunned. Mysterio, devastated by the incident, called it the worst day of his life. Despite the accident being ruled just that, an accident, the weight of the tragedy weighed heavily on the beloved luchador. Mysterio's story serves as a sobering reminder of the real risks wrestlers face every time they step into the ring, where a split second can change lives forever. Thanks for watching. In this video, we took a deep dive into the shocking cases of WWE wrestlers involved in tragic incidents that resulted in the loss of life. It's a heavy topic, but one that shows the darker side of the industry. Be sure to subscribe for more thought-provoking content and behind-the-scenes stories from the wrestling world. Share your thoughts or questions in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. Stay safe, and catch you in the next video.